Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to talk to you about organising a competition for your CBA and some of the maths that might be involved in that. So the first step for a lot of you is going to be figuring out the total costs. So you'll do a bit of research, find out what each individual thing costs, and then maybe make a list of €100 for the first thing, listing each of them. Second thing might be €200, the third thing might be €450. Then you make a grand total, right? So for my grand total I'm going to say it's €1,500, right? Just for the sake of picking a nice round simple number. I think most of you are okay with step one, so I'm not going to spend too much time explaining that one in detail. And for step two, what you're going to do is say figure out the cost of the ticket that you're going to do. So maybe tickets to your event are going to be €10 or €20 or 60 or 70, whatever seems appropriate for your thing. So maybe give a bit of reasoning for why you're choosing it as your price, right? So for my one, I'm just going to say that tickets are 20. So for your step three, then this is a more important one. You're going to figure out how many tickets you have to sell to break even, right? So a simple way of doing that is if we get our total expenses, mine are €1,500, divide that by the cost of the ticket. So €1,500 divided by 20 means I'm going to have to sell 75 tickets. Now some of you may have a set number of seats, for example, and in that case what you might do, say if your total expenses are €1,500 and you have maybe 100 seats and you're going to charge a cost per seat, then what you might be doing for that one is €1,500 divided by 100, so that will be €15 would be the cost per ticket. So this is if you're figuring out how many tickets you need to sell. This one here will be if you're changing the cost of the ticket to try and make your money back, right? So for both of these, this is how much to break even. But for step four, then to take the concept a little bit further, you might want to figure out how much money you need to bring in to turn a profit. So we'll look at that now for step four. I'd say so. One way of looking at step four would be figuring out how many tickets I need to sell to make a €500 profit. So to make a €500 profit, I need to be bringing in €1,500 to cover my expenses, plus €500 of profit. So that gives me €2,000 altogether of income. Then my €2,000, if I've decided that my cost per ticket is going to be €20, I can divide my €2,000 by €20. So my total amount of money I want to bring in divided by the cost of tickets, that will give me 100 tickets that I need to sell to make a €500 profit. So that's one way of doing it. If you have, say, a set number in mind, I want to make a €500 profit. I'm going to look at an alternate example now for step four. So this alternate one, I think, is what a few of you have chosen to do yours on. Figuring out how many tickets I need to sell to make a 50% profit, right? So if your expenses were €1,500 and you want to make a 50% profit, then the amount of profit you're going to make is going to be 50% of that. Sorry, 50 over 100. Right, so we're going to find 50% of your expenses. So if you put in €1,500, find 50% of that by multiplying it by 50 over 100. That 100 looks a bit weird. Okay, so when we do that, we'll find out that we need to make €750 of profit in order to make a 50% profit. So just like before, then if we're making €750 of profit, the money we're going to bring in it's going to have to cover our expenses, which is €1,500, plus our profit that we want to make is €750. So we're going to want to bring in this total amount of money to cover our expenses and give us our profit. So in this case, when we add them together, you get €2,250. Now, if that's the total amount of money we want to bring in, or we might call it our income, then to figure out how many tickets we'll have to sell, just like before, we take our €2,250 and divide it by the cost per ticket, which is €20. So this tells us that we'd have to make 100 or sell 110.75 tickets. Now, obviously, it's not possible to sell 0.75 of a ticket, so we just maybe round this up then to 111 tickets we'd have to sell to make that much profit, right? Okay, so that generally I think talks you through the process involved in that. If you have any other steps that you want to carry out, just ask me about them and I can help you with them too.